Move over, Cybertruck. There is a new all-electric pickup truck on the market that doesn't look like it came from a bad sci-fi movie. This is the incredible 2025 GMC Sierra EV Denali Max Range. Hi, I'm Motor City Maggie, and I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California, with a walk-around tour of this outstanding truck that's all electric. But before we get into this tour, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and now let's take a tour of the 2025 GMC Sierra EV Denali Max Range. Here it is. This is the 2025 GMC Sierra EV Denali Max Range, and it is made in America. It is actually manufactured in Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, my hometown. And it is built on the Ultium battery architecture, which is also shared with the GMC Hummer EV and with the Silverado EV. For 2025, there's only one trim level. It's the Denali, and it has a very hefty price tag. This one right here is sitting at almost $106,000. I'm going to show you all the bells and whistles and why it has that high price point. However, for 2026, it's going to have a lower starting price point. There's going to be 3 different trim levels. We're going to have the Elevation, the AT4, and the Denali. Those will come in standard, extended, or max range. So a lot of different pricing options for 2026, starting with that Elevation trim level, which will start around $65,000, and will have a driving range of about 283 miles, and that driving range will go all the way up to 478 miles for the max range of the AT4 and the Denali. Okay, this is going to blow your mind when I tell you how much horsepower and torque this truck has. Ready? This truck has 760 horsepower. What? I mean, that's crazy. Torque is 785 pound-feet of torque. That is insane to me. Those numbers are out of this world. And it will go 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. This is not a race car. This is not a sports car. This is a pickup truck. It is amazing. Not only that, it has 460 miles of all electric driving range on this max range Denali. I mean, that is so wild. You're so lucky to get about 300, 320 miles on a regular compact SUV or a sedan in the auto industry today. So they are able to push 460 miles out of this powerful truck that weighs almost 9,000 pounds. The technology is really blowing my mind. For towing, your tow capacity on this vehicle right now is 10,500 pounds. However, for 2026, it's going to go up to 12,500 pounds on the Sierra EV, and your payload is 2,250 pounds. One thing that I love about all electric pickup trucks is the fact that they often have a frunk or a front trunk. And of course, the GMC Sierra EV is no different. To open up the frunk, the little button is right here below the front-facing camera. You press that, and up it goes. Now check this out. There are 11 cubic feet of storage inside of your frunk. It's not the biggest in the industry, but it is quite large. Take a look. There's also a lot of usable space, and GMC added 2 cup holders, a large 120-volt plug, and a little drain in case you want to load up some ice in here and use it as a cooler. There's also lights, tie downs, and an emergency escape button. We've got a tire inflation kit that they left us with, and right here is your Ultium charging pack with your charging cord and your adapter to use at various charging locations. And now I'm ready for the tailgate. Can somebody pass me an adult beverage, please? Let's take a look at the exterior design of the Sierra EV Denali. And of course, it all starts with this big front grille. It is so cool. It is color keyed on the grille. With the rest of the truck, you don't have a traditional big grille because you don't need all of that airflow that you have with a gas combustion engine, because there's no gas combustion engine. It's an electric motor. There's actually 2 electric motors. It's a dual motor because this is in four-wheel drive. So we've got our big GMC letters, GMC, and guess what? These illuminate at night, which is so awesome. And we have some LED illumination that goes all the way around the grille, which is really, really nice and looks so sick at night. And then below that, we have some shiny chrome looking plastic and then some of this piano black kind of piano key design for the grille. And you can see we've got lots of sensors and things like that. And below, it doesn't look like we have a skid plate or front recovery hooks, but we do have a lot of lighting. So come on over here, we've got the fog lights, we've got the headlight casing right here, and above that we have the daytime running lights that you can see illuminated right now with the hazards on. They look so good. They look so good. Like, the design of this truck is just top notch. It looks strong, it looks bold, it looks aggressive, and it looks killer on the road. Driving this, I've gotten so many looks. Okay, come on, let's check out the rest of it. So this color is called Moonlight Matte, and I just discovered that it is no longer available for 2026. So if you love this satin finish, this gorgeous silvery blue color, you're gonna have to look for a 2025 model. And it's $4,000 extra. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at these wheels. They are so impressive. They are 24-inch aluminum wheels. So awesome. I love this design that highlights the wheel, this kind of lighter silver color matched with the piano black, of course, says GMC. They're right in the center. And look at that, we got 24-inch wheels. Big mamas right here. Wow. And they are giving me such a smooth ride too. Now above that, we have a little GMC Easter egg right there, and it says GM on the corner. I love the little hidden GM badges and GMC badges throughout the truck. There's a lot of those. So we've got black mirror caps, and we've got our blind spot monitor indicator in the mirror, and we also have rear cross traffic braking and a ton of other great safety features like reverse automatic braking, front pedestrian and bicycle braking, forward collision alert, and enhanced automatic emergency braking. The door handles are color keyed with the rest of the truck. They do have the smart key system where you can keep the key in your bag or your pocket and then be able to open the door. But for some reason on this truck, it is disabled. I haven't been able to get it to work, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to work on yours if you were to get this vehicle. Also, take a look at the Denali badge. How sick is that? I love the lettering. It looks so good on the side of the truck. And we get a stationary step, which is so great. I'm glad it isn't one that retracts and comes out when you open the door and then goes back in when you shut the door, because those are kind of annoying. There's a little bit of a delay. I like having a stationary step that's always there waiting for me when I need to get into the truck quickly. And a little Easter egg that I found, come on over. Do you see this symbol right here? Oh, this is the Ultium symbol. So this represents the battery architecture that GMC uses on their EVs. So take a look at the truck bed. It is such a great bed. It is 5 feet, 11 inches. You can see that this one has a cargo cover on top, but this is a really capable and smart truck because not only do you have the 5 feet, 11 inches of the truck bed, guess what? You can take that mid-gate down, and I'm gonna show you that in a little bit. We're gonna remove that mid-gate, and you have then 10 feet, 10 inches long of usable space for the truck for you to haul. It is so smart. Not only that, you also have the MultiPro Tailgate. Overall length for the truck is 233 inches. Your width is about 84 inches, and your ground clearance on the Denali with the air suspension is 8.95 inches, which is going to be higher than the other trim levels that you can get for 2026. Let's talk about charging for a second. Now, this is where you are going to charge your GMC Sierra EV. And guess what? You can charge it with a 350 kilowatt DC fast charger, and you are able to charge 100 miles in just 10 minutes on a DC fast charger. So that's really cool that it is compatible with those fast chargers. Otherwise, it's going to take you about 12 hours to go from 10 to 100% for your charge. I mean, this is a big battery, so it's gonna take a while to charge. Here's a little Easter egg again, GMC, Up here on the bed, another Sierra badge, and then below here on the taillight, we've got another GMC badge. Take a look at this taillight design. It looks so good. I love the design of these taillights. I think that they look so powerful, so bold, and really, really good. Look at this right here. It also says GMC. This is a little step. So you can actually use this to launch yourself into the bed of the truck. So smart. Let's talk about the design of the tailgate. We have a lot of badging, starting with the big GMC lettering in black right there. Above that, we've got the Ultium badge. And below that, we have our buttons for the MultiPro Tailgate that I'll show you next. Over here, we have the Sierra EV badge. This is the only badge indicator that this is an all-electric truck, which is kind of cool. It doesn't scream EV. It's a little more subtle. It's a secret. And then over here it says Denali because that is our trim level. Very cool. And then we've got the tow hitch receiver down here, and there is no spare tire, so that is something to keep in mind. One thing that I love about GMC trucks is their MultiPro tailgate. Other auto manufacturers don't seem to have something like this, and it is so smart and usable and functional. So of course we're gonna pop it down like this, and that'll just be the easy way to get it down, and then you can see all of your usable space inside of your bed. It's nice and dark because we have that cargo cover on there. Let's get into the multifunction. So I press that button here, and then that'll just bring down this portion of the tailgate, and then I can push this in all the way and then pull that up, and now you have a built-in bed extender. So cool, right? And now to use the MultiPro, you can press that second button. It's gonna bring this piece down, and then this piece, you press this button and then pull that down, and then you've got a nice step or a nice little seat. So inside the bed of the truck, you'll see that there are a lot of different cleats and tie downs. Check this out. There are actually 5 different power outlets, and you can use this to power your campsite, your house in an emergency situation, or even another electric car. So cool. Okay, it is time to check out the interior of the Sierra EV Denali, and it is stunning. This black leather interior is called After Dark. For 2025, this is the only interior color option, and it is so sexy. It is so nice. Check out the door panel. It looks so good. I love these silver accents. They look amazing. We've got this silver stitching. We've got soft touch materials everywhere. It feels so good to the touch. I love this perforated design here. We do have some plastic down below and some storage in the door. But take a look at this gigantic Bose speaker. We've got an incredible Bose speaker system inside of this vehicle. I love it. And look at this. We've got a beautiful Denali door sill, multi-way driver's seat with lumbar support. We don't have any special floor mats. I think that would be kind of a nice elevation if we did. And here are some really important buttons to the left of the steering wheel. Your electronic parking brake, your air suspension buttons, your lane departure alert, your opening for the trunk and for the tailgate. Really great buttons here that are so important. And check out this wood. This wood will continue across the dash, and it is real wood. It is so nice. It feels imperfect, so you know that it's real. You can feel the wood grains, and it's just such an elevated material to have inside of your Sierra EV. Let's take a closer look. Okay, check it out. When I am opening the door of the truck, it is telling me how much battery life I have. I have 85% of my battery still on this truck, 416 miles of range. Okay, I'm gonna climb inside. I've got the nice stationary running board here. I don't have a grab handle. I really wish I had one right here. It would make getting into the truck so much easier. I have to grab onto the steering wheel, but the steering wheel isn't stable. It's not my favorite way to get into a truck. I wish I had something stable to grab onto. So here we go. Okay, so to turn it on, all I do is put my foot on the brake. That's it. There's no ignition switch. Nothing. Let me take you through the interior, starting with the beautiful leather wrapped steering wheel. It is heated. It does have SuperCruise on the Sierra EV, and that is going to be indicated with this kind of glass screen on the top. This is going to be lit up in green when I'm in SuperCruise. This little screen behind the steering wheel, that is to watch your eyes to make sure that you are paying attention on the road. Very important. And we've got the big, beautiful Denali badge right in the center of the steering wheel. I love that. I love that it doesn't say Sierra. I love that it says Denali. It's so elevated and fancy. To the left of the steering wheel, we have some more buttons. This is your SuperCruise button. That's how you activate it. And on the other side, you have your media buttons and your heated steering wheel button. And we've got your stalk right here for your windshield wiper and for your turn signal indicator, of course. Take a look at this stalk right here. This is so cool. It is reminiscent of the vehicles that are pre-millennium, that you had to crank the gear, you had to shift gears with a stalk on the side of the steering wheel. I mean, that's how all the cars from my childhood were, right? So you didn't have a shift knob on the center console area. You had something to crank on the side of the steering wheel. So on the stock, you pull forward and down for drive and forward and up for reverse, and then your beautiful backup cameras turn on. And then push in P for park. Very simple and very intuitive and very easy to use. Now behind the steering wheel, we have a really clear, really nice 11-inch multi-information display. It gives you all the information that you need to drive the vehicle. And then behind that is a 14-inch head-up display projected onto the windshield about here. And that is so good. It's the best head-up display I've ever used. It has such great information, turn-by-turn directions. It even tells you what lane to be in on the freeway when you are switching lanes and when you're going into merging onto a different freeway, things like that. Is just great information. Take a look at this touchscreen display. It is one of the best touchscreens I have seen in the industry. It is absolutely massive. It is 16.8 inches and it is so clear. It is so well designed. It moves quickly and it has all of the information that you need to drive the vehicle. We have more camera views than you could ever imagine. This is wild. You can see a very clear aerial view, backup view. You can see your truck bed view, which is so great if you have a bunch of stuff in there. You can make sure that there are no thieves taking your belongings or nothing sliding around. You can see your trailer when you've got something, and you can see your tow hitch receiver right there, and you can see your perimeter view, and all the angles are just so good and so clear, and this camera is excellent. The only thing that I have with this is I do wish that the cameras would turn on when your vehicle slowed down to less than 10 miles per hour. I did find myself kind of searching for the camera button a few times when I needed to see the different angles of the truck. There's also Amazon Alexa, and this whole system is powered by Google. So since this whole system is powered by Google, Google and Apple don't really play too nice together, and there is no Apple CarPlay, which is such a bummer for me because I love Apple CarPlay and I love Apple Maps, but driving this truck for the past week, I've really gotten used to using the Google Maps, and I think it's definitely something I could live with. It's really not a huge thing to give up. So much more information. We've got vehicle status. You can check your tire pressure, look at your energy information, trip information, drive modes. There's normal, off-road, and tow haul, and you can also use my mode, and you can make some adjustments with the Thor hammer here. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't expect that sound to go off. And you've got your Google Assistant, your Google Play Store, lots of charging information. You can set your charging schedule and you can find different charging locations. There's Auto Park Assist that can help you park the truck. There's Wi-Fi. You can set your preferences for your head-up display, your lights, your windows, your traction control. You can even check out CrabWalk. When you select CrabWalk, oh yeah, baby, that's so cool. You get that animation, and CrabWalk essentially means that your rear wheels will also turn with your front wheels. So cool. And I've demonstrated that in my drive video, and we're gonna keep it in rear steering because that is kind of the automatic choice. And you can have a split screen here, which is really nice, your trip information, your music, and your map, or you can make your map the whole size of the screen, which is really great. And the turn-by-turn directions are great. We also have your time and your temperature right there. And then down below, we have our HVAC controls. They are on the screen. We have 3 settings for heated seats and cooled seats, and dual zone climate control. So your passenger can be a little warmer or cooler than the driver. So even though the HVAC buttons are on the screen here, you can also use these toggles to make your selections. And then we also have this really nice volume knob that is set into the screen as well. So I just love the design of the dash with this really nice white or silver stitch that goes all the way across, but it really comes down to this open pore wood. It is, again, so beautiful, so textured, and is real wood, and it continues all the way above the glove box over to the side, and you can see that really nice Denali badge. But what's really unique is above that, we have a little Easter egg that has the coordinates of Mount Denali. So really special, and that will only be on the Denali trim. Let's check out the center console of the Denali. We've got this giant, big, beautiful armrest. It's so big, and it's got that nice stitching there. And let's take a look at your storage or your hidden storage. First of all, right here is your wireless charging pad. This is so nice because it doesn't say Qi, it doesn't look funky. It is really great and it works really well. But you can slide this away, and you have more storage right there. You've got 2 cup holders right here with more of that open pore wood, but you can also slide this away and see how much storage you have. We also have this bin that you can remove, and then you can use even more of that storage. Plus you have 2 USB ports right here. Now I would not want to slide away my cup holders because I would want to use them, but it's nice because there's a bit of a dip for the wireless charging pad. You can actually leave your phone in here and then slide it away. And check out the center console. It is huge. There's so much space in this bin, so much usable space, and another USB port. Love that. Not only that, you get 2 more cup holders that the driver and the passenger can reach just right here behind the center armrest. Also, below the wireless charging pad, there is a little bit of a bin on the side of the center console. Take a look at this beautiful fixed glass panoramic roof. It is so beautiful. It brings in so much light into the cabin of the vehicle, and it does block UV rays. It does not open, however, but it's really nice. I love it. And I really want to show you these beautiful black after dark leather seats. I do believe they're vegan leather, which is really nice, but they feel like real leather. They are so nice. They are perforated, so they are heated and ventilated. And look at the design. It feels so good on my fingers. It feels really nice with this quilted design. And in the headrest, it says Denali, which again elevates the look of the interior because you have that fancy, expensive trim level. Now, one thing about the seats is they do not have a massaging feature, which really did disappoint me because for $106,000, I would like to have massaging seats. Check this out. I am backing up, and with these guidelines, I've got this massive pickup truck, and it is so easy to park because you can just perfectly line yourself up with these cameras. It's a dream. Take a look at this massive second row of seating in the Sierra EV. It is huge. This is the biggest second row of seating I have seen in a pickup truck. And it has a completely flat floor because of that Ultium battery architecture. So that's so nice because your middle seat person isn't going to have to worry about a hump. So let's get inside. Again, I have the nice stationary running board, and now I have a stationary handle. So I'm going to be able to nicely and elegantly launch myself into the second row. And look at this. Oh, such a solid sound. I have such a comfortable seat. This is crazy. Look at all my leg room. This is like lounge style seating back here. I have so much leg room. This is crazy. And then I have a ton of headroom. I'm 5'7". I'm so comfortable. I think you can definitely fit 3 full-size Americans back here. But if you only have 2 people, we've got a nice center armrest and 2 cup holders. We have some seat back pockets. We have air vents, and we have heated second row outboard seats, as well as 2 USB ports and a nice little bin. It is so great back here. I'm so excited to show you how to put down the MidGate. This makes this truck so versatile. And again, you'll be able to carry things that are 10 feet, 10 inches long in length, with your Sierra EV. So cool. The first thing we do is we pull this strap, and my husband slash camera operator is helping me with the other side. And look at this. Now we have this big empty space, and check it out. There is a Bose speaker underneath the second row of seats. Next, you have to fold down the headrest using this button here. There we go. And then you pull this strap, and then that will release the seat, and you can fold it down. Nice. So look at this. You have a big, flat, sturdy surface. So if you have anything large, you can put it here and not have to worry about ruining or scratching up your seats. Also, you can see that there are 3 top tethers for car seats. Next, you're going to want to open this part of the midgate. In order to do that, you press this button here, and that releases the midgate, and then you can pull it down. Check it out. Look at all that space. You can see all the way through to the back. So I just opened up the tailgate so you can see that there is more light and you have better visibility there. So we're going to pop this back up, and we're going to remove this glass. I'm going to have my trusty husband helping me out with this because the glass is heavy. And we're going to press these buttons up here. There you go. And there's a safety, so he has to push that in and then pull the glass off and then tuck it into its little hidey hole right there. And it has to be lined up properly, more that way. And then there's a little safety right there. And voila, look at that, we've got open air. This is so cool. You can see that we've got the top portion of the midgate open, and just know that you can have the bottom portion open as well. But for some reason, because of this cargo cover, we're not able to lower this portion of the midgate. So that's what we have right now. It is a ton of space, a ton of usable space, and just another reason why this truck is so cool. And this is what the GMC Sierra EV looks like at night. I love this illuminated front badge. And here's a look at the rear taillights at night. Wow, just really great illumination on this vehicle. So my final thoughts about this $106,000 all-electric pickup truck. Is it worth the price tag? Well, I think it is. I think it is so amazing, from the styling to the power to the capability to the MultiPro midgate and tailgate. I think this truck exceeds expectations. I think it is outstanding, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for an all-electric pickup truck. Well, what did you think of the 2025 GMC Sierra EV Denali Max Range? Let me know in the comments. Would you pick this over a Cybertruck? I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see my drive video on this vehicle, make sure you check it out on my channel, Motor City Maggie, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my automotive content. Thank you so much to GMC for lending me this truck for the past week. I have had the best time driving it. Well, until next time, motor on. Bye.